Zorn's Dungeon is the first role-playing game to be played through the YouTube live stream chat. You're not just watching the game anymore, your character is involved in the action. Spawn a level 0 character, throw them into the bloodcage, and watch them fight for their lives. Death is permanent, but survivors can reach level 1 for even greater adventure as the game develops. Here's how to play in under 5 minutes. Step 1. Spawn your character. To play, just type bang spawn, that's !spawn, in the YouTube live stream chat anytime Zorn's Dungeon is being played live. The game instantly rolls a level 0 character with 3d6 stats straight down the line. There's also a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a random demi-human. Your starting HP determines your destiny. Low health means wizards and thieves, while high health means you get to be a fighter, paladin, or barbarian. Every character's linked to your YouTube username, so you know which is yours, and we know who's playing. Each character also gets a unique ID or dog tag. You can also see which characters belong to rare professions or have particularly exceptional stats. Remember, level 0 is brutal, so spawn multiple characters to have backups ready. But be aware there's a 30-second global cooldown on the bang spawn command. If you don't get in on your first try, just try again. The chatbot will confirm what characters are created in the live stream chat. Step 2. The draft. Newly spawned characters enter the tavern. The only way out for a level 0 character is to be drafted into a 12-person party for the bloodcage. When it's time to assemble a party, the system drafts in this priority. 1. Super VIPs, which the Game Master reserves for special guests or situations. 2. VIPs. Channel members get free VIP status once a month, and anyone can send in super chats to make one of their characters a VIP. Super chats with a specific dog tag attached guarantee that character will receive VIP status. Otherwise, the system will choose one of your characters at random. Gifting memberships also gets you and the person gifted a VIP character. 3. Active chatters. If you've commented in the live stream chat within the last hour, you get priority right behind VIPs. So if you're watching, participate in the chat to make it more likely that your character will get in on the fight. 4. The general pool. If there are still draft spaces left, then they're open to anyone else in the tavern. Yes, even if you're offline, your tavern characters are at risk and may be drafted. Note that the draft prioritizes having as many different players as possible in the party, so you usually won't have 2 of your own characters in the same cage. Step 3. Into the bloodcage. Once the party forms, the doors open, monsters spawn, and the auto battle begins. You get to sit back and watch the bloody drama unfold. As the cage takes damage and the blood bar fills, Zorn might intervene. At 33% health loss, he might order his goblin archers to loose a volley into the heroes, or later drop a gore strider behind your lines if you're having too easy a time. And for the crunch lovers, combat, movement, spells, and all other rules are handled by the Hacked Edge game system, our custom rule set based on old school essentials. Step 4. Triage and leveling. When the dust settles, surviving PCs are hauled up to the winch room. If a character was knocked unconscious, they only survive if they have teammates still standing at the end. Otherwise, the monsters put them to the sword. Survivors earn a blood drop next to their name to indicate they lived through the ordeal. Once in the winch room, goblin medics attempt to heal individual wounds, restoring 1 HP per wound per success. Then the fairy checks HP. Anyone with enough HP to reach level 1 gets promoted, receives their class, and gets a free, full restoration of HP and spells. This is the only free magical healing in the game. Level 1 characters also earn the right to have a name. Type bang name dog tag new name in the chat to name them, or rename them on zornsdungeon.com. Step 5. Rest and return. Finally, characters are sorted to their next location. First, all dead characters are sent to the graveyard. It's their final resting place. Those characters who are still wounded are sent to the infirmary. There, wounds and spells heal in real time according to the Hacked Edge rules, meaning severe injuries may take several actual 24-hour days to recover. To keep playing, bang spawn more characters to have them ready to go. Healthy characters are sent to the stable to safely rest. They have earned their reprieve. Want to send a character back into the action and perhaps earn a second blood drop? Just move the character you want from the stable back to the tavern. You can do this at zornsdungeon.com or by typing bang T for tavern plus the dog tag of the character you want to move in the chat. You can check rosters, locations, and all of our leaderboards, tracking boss kills, maximum damage, highest XP, anytime at zornsdungeon.com/tavern. Alright, that's all you need to know to get playing Zorn's Dungeon on the live stream. Get your bang spawn ready, and we'll see you in the cage. Hey everybody, hey, welcome. All right, good to see you tonight. I mean, I am so happy to be streaming here on a Friday night again. I feel like it's been forever since I've done a Friday night stream. Oh, let me get the comments up on the stage. There we go. I feel like it's been forever since I've been streaming on a Friday night, and I'm happy to be doing it again. So we're doing Zorn's Dungeon right here. We're going to go through 4 different blood cages tonight. If you are new here, hit bang spawn, ! Spawn, and you're going to spawn a character to the tavern. That command is live during the entire stream. So don't just wait until you've lost a character or something like that, or lots of people have lost characters, because there's a 30-second global cooldown on bang spawn. And so if everybody hits at the same time, you won't get them. But you can bang spawn anytime we're live, and your character will be put back into the tavern. So I'm Heath. I'll be Zorn's commentator for the night. I was trying to get something. Okay, so there's something that I guess kind of got, I didn't quite have ready. I was testing it before the stream tonight that has to do with the thumbnail. But I'm going to change the thumbnail because I'm not quite ready for that yet. I was trying to get that ready, and it just wasn't working. So stand by on that. Yes, there was a Lord of the Rings reference on the thumbnail, but I'm not ready for it. I was trying to get it going. I was like, okay, this is not not ready yet. So, all right. First of all, if this is your first night here, or it's been a while since you've been here, hey everybody. I mean, look at who we've got here. We've got, I see Stray is here and back. Sable Phoenix is back. Stray may have lost internet. Tabletop Scholar is here. Mushroom Pumpkin, welcome. Let's see, Tomocrat, yeah, Stray. Mrs. Dave is in here, I saw. Yes, so welcome everybody. I think that everybody, Dave, welcome. So great to see everybody. So let's first of all, let's talk about the change log. Oh yeah, so that's right. I already see Dave doing this. So if you want to take a look, if you're new here or you haven't seen these commands yet, I have these 3 new commands. The first one is bang char. So if you hit bang char, you're going to see a list of your characters as soon as my command goes through. There we go. So bang char right there gives you a list of characters. Now we're kind of limited to what can be done in the YouTube comment section. As always, if you want to see everything, you got to log into zornsdungeon.com. But this will give you a little bit of a report here on your characters. The first letter is the initial of the location that they in. A or N. S is stable. T is tavern. WS is winch room. I is infirmary. That kind of thing. I is infirmary. We could do the ABCs of Zorn's Dungeon right here, I guess. The next thing on there is the dog tag that uniquely identifies your character. Then it tells you the level of the character and then the class of that character. And if you want to, you can hit bang T. If all of your characters are in the stable and you want them to play tonight, hit bang T all. And then all of your characters will move from the stable over to the tavern. So bang T all moves them over. So right here. We'll see if mine comes up. Hey, PH, welcome. Lots of people trying to bang T all right here. Oh, so there you go. Nightbot, there is probably a 5-second global cooldown on that. All Nightbot commands have a 5-second global cooldown. So if you didn't get bang T, there you go. Tomocrat got it. All 6 of your stable characters march to the tavern, and it gives you their dog tags. And if you want to go the other way, you can say bang S for dang stable all, bang stable all, and then it will move them back. Remember, level 0 characters do not qualify to be moved out of the tavern. You have to fight or die. I don't have any living characters in the tavern. Oh yeah, because my command didn't make it. But if you want to go the other way, it's bang stable. It'll take care of not moving level 0 characters for you. Only level 1 characters will move out. So there we go. Let's go over here. Let me bring this up. The first thing I want to talk about is the change log. I did post to the YouTube comment section today. So if I go over here, the post section, not YouTube comments, but the posts on my channel today. I did that before I went to continue working on a covered stage to do live music in at the winery. I've been doing manual labor all day, but that would be nice if we were able to create a stage here. But anyway, so if we go over here, we now have, we have 221 souls in the tavern right now. So over here, if we go to, here's the change log for tonight. Read more. Here's the things that changed. Okay, monsters are less inclined to dogpile the strongest hero. Now, less inclined. They're less inclined to dogpile them. So we will see. We need some music here. Let me see if I can get some tavern music going. Monsters are less inclined to dogpile the strongest hero. People were talking about that last time, but that is because remember we had the issue a couple of nights ago that people were like, hey, why isn't my hero attacking the white ape? Like, what's going on? Why are they attacking something different? Well, so we put in some code to make sure that, hey, we want to make sure we're targeting the big guys, right? Well, what good for the goose was good for the gander. And so when that went in, as it turns out, the monsters then were like, hey, this is the big, strong guy right here. We need to target him. But then when the heroes are being targeted like that, it was like, hey, wait a minute. I feel like I'm being ganged up on. So I'm okay with asymmetric game rules for the PCs and the monsters. So now there is some asymmetric kind of code here so that it's okay for PCs to go after the large monsters and maybe even gang up on them. But the monsters are now less inclined to dogpile on a strong hero, okay? So a monster with multiple attacks will also spread them across heroes if it's eligible to do so. If the first target survives the blow, the next strike turns on a different hero in reach. But if nobody is within reach, it will swing at the same target again. It will. Multi-attack monsters position themselves to try to make that happen and attack more than one person. So we're going to see, it's not a guarantee, but we've got this bias toward that. Okay, so by the way, the fairy now, we had that error right here where blessed heroes now glow blue in the stable too, matching the tavern and holding cell, because I realized you could have the blessing of the fairy in the stable if you received the blessing of the fairy and then you moved your character to the stable. So that will represent that right there. Also, hey, speaking of the fairy's blessing, we got to get to 20 likes tonight, which we did last night. We're going for 20 likes tonight. Can we do it again? If you're here, please hit the like button. You're going to have to tell me when you see 20 likes, because that's not something I can monitor automatically by bot, and I don't look at it automatically on the screen over here. So if we get to 20 likes, we get the blessing of the fairy, which everybody in the tavern will receive +1 temporary hit point. I have made it actually in the code now at the database level that the blessing of the fairy expires 24 hours after the hero. After 24 hours, if the hero has not been through the blood cage. You get it through one blood cage, that's one encounter, or for 24 hours. We will wipe it after 24 hours. But I wanted to keep it 24 hours because if we hit the like threshold, like late in the stream, we can do the fairy's blessing, and then it will just hold it for 24 hours. So at the beginning of the next stream, there will still be some fairy's blessings and things like that. But that 24 hours is now being enforced at the database level. Blessed hero keeps the blessing after leaving the tavern, still for 24 hours, but if you stable them, they would still have the blessing. Blessings do not stack, so know that if we hit it again, the blessings do not stack of the fairy. Re-blessing a hero resets it for does reset the 24-hour timer. So if you already had it, you don't get stacked, but your timer gets reset. And that's only heroes present in the tavern are eligible when I hit the blessing button. They will glow blue. Late arrivals, for some reason we had it so that we had the late arrivals were still glowing blue. They were not receiving the blessing, so that was correct, but they were still glowing blue, and we fixed that bug. Firebolt and Sacred Flame now hit harder. They're 1d3 spells. We were saying that it seems like the spells, the cantrip spells are a little bit light. I agreed, so now but you should see that Firebolt and Sacred Flame at least have the potential to hit harder. In our dice chain, there was actually a problem if I said that the damage of something was 1. It was actually being rolled as D2. That's kind of rare, but that was a systematic error that if something just said damage of 1, it fell through a hole or something and got rolled as D2. So Some of the lowest starting professions might be affected there, but there you go. We did change over White Ape to fists, and so now has bludgeoning damage. Doesn't really matter right now, but in case you're talking about resistances or something, White Apes now do bludgeoning damages with fists. And I believe that the guidance should be nuked from the game right now, temporarily. Should be temporarily removed from the game. Because I think it might be something that's best during exploration turn. I did also change up how the monsters line up, because ranged monsters like the kobold with the darts now start at the back of the formation so they can use range, whereas melee monsters, including armored and slower ones, now start up front so they don't spend a turn moving up, which makes more sense for the monsters lining up. So that's what we've changed here. Okay, no, okay, I have not. Okay, and in fact, that has something to do, PH says, have you talked about recovering helmets and shields? I have not talked about that, and I have not implemented any code in that, although I was working on that. And in fact, I was testing it before the stream. Something to do with that. I don't want to give it away. Something to do with that, so to speak. So we'll have to check back next stream. Check back next stream on that. There's no code currently to recover helmets or shields right now. So be aware of that if you're putting people back from the tavern, from the stable into the tavern, and you had lost your shield or your helmet or something like that. Currently, there's no way to get it back. So right now, no way to get it back, but stand by. I'm working. I've got several ideas, but I had another idea, but it was not ready for tonight. I tried hard, but it's not ready for tonight. Okay, so are we ready to go? Tavern, let's go. Stray says spawn bacon. Okay. So Bronzebottom is in here. So, and Stray, if Bronzebottom is drafted, we have a full, I will make sure that he gets a full blessing, the full blessing in the holding cell. Oh, but look, we have a one-member VIP. Before we get started, we have one member VIP. We got to go through a member VIP. So if you're a channel member, thank you very much. I do want to completely go through and revise the channel members, the tiers and things like that. But if you are a channel member, I really appreciate it. That's going to be an important part of like being able to continue development here. So we do have, as a channel member, you get a free VIP. Tomocrat. Okay. So a channel member for 37 months. Thank you very much, Tomocrat. That's the blue shield right there. Tomocrat, your ill-equipped poacher right there in the tavern is a VIP. So he will go in. Well, let me take off Stray right here. An ill-equipped poacher. So there you go. Thank you very, very much for being a channel member, Tomocrat. Your ill-equipped poacher will be going in the first bloodcage. All right. Is there anything else that we need to do before we go in? I don't think so. Okay, let's go to the holding cell then. So, draft priority. Wait, there were some people in there, but I think that was an error. There we go. Yeah, we're refreshed here. Okay, so draft priority is super VIPs first, then VIPs, which Tomocrat just saw. Super VIPs is if I have a special guest or something like that. Then if you are actively chatting in the, VIPs come from the channel membership, super chats, or if you go into zornsdungeon.com, you can declare a character a VIP for free if you log into zornsdungeon.com. Yes, I know Google has still not approved my app, so it's going to scream at you when you go to log in and try to log in with your Google account. It's going to say, oh, hey, we've not approved this. Are you sure this is safe? Just hit advanced and then hit, log into zornsdungeon.com anyway. Be aware that I can only have a total of 100 people logged in as testers to zornsdungeon.com until Google hopefully approves my app in another 2 to 4 weeks or something like that. So if you want to get in on that, you want to take a look at the website, you can manage your characters on the website. You can be a tester of that. That's at zornsdungeon.com. Just hit the advanced tab and go on in. Then if you have chatted in the last hour, then you will have priority for drafting, and then everybody else will go in. Okay, so let's draft. Okay, draft party. Here we go. Tomocrat, an ill-equipped poacher is in, uncommon, made of meat, a stumbling grave robber, has the fairy's blessing. Sable Phoenix, an unassuming cult initiate, also a channel member. Thank you very much. Channel member for 37 months. Uncommon right there. Mrs. Dave, no F's, has an overborn elf minstrel in there. Mushroom Pumpkin has a calloused squire. Crap Phone is here, an unrefined grave robber. Well-starred and uncommon, top 12% of ability scores. And then also uncommon. Ferris has a desperate merchant's guard in here. Chop, that's Charlie, a battered blacksmith. Y3T has an overzealous acolyte in here who is well-starred, so top 12% as well. A ramshackled sexton. The Crusade has a backwater acolyte, and then Mel has a disgraced hedge mage in here. So did Stray make it in here? Did Stray make it in? Oh, I don't see you right here. Okay, so Bronzebottom is definitely not here. I need to make sure that Bronzebottom gets buffed. If you are in here, and we've got a minute and 18 seconds left. Super chats will buff the character. We have the first buff is +2 temporary HP, then +1 damage, and then +2 to all saving throws. So there we go. Let's see. Starred. Oh, yeah. So Stray's right here. There we go. There we go. I think I clicked that by accident. Okay, so that's pretty good. I still don't have the list. We have only one level 1 character in here. So who's going for another blood drop? Do we have? Oh, yeah. Tomocrat, an ill-equipped poacher, is going for a second blood drop. Otherwise, this is basically an all level 0 blood cage. So we have 47 total hit points in here and an average of 4 hit points. So these are the raw recruits. This is what the blood cage is supposed to be. The raw recruits are going in, and we'll see who comes out on the other side to be a level 0. Oh, there, Stray just gifted a membership. Thank you, Stray. So Stray, I believe, just got, so Stray gifted a membership. Thank you. So let's thank you. So who got that? Let's look at that. Let me turn this off. You may have heard an echo there. Oh, the Tabletop Scholar received a gifted membership by Stray. Oh, so fantastic. Thank you very much, Stray. So the Tabletop Scholar just got a channel membership from Stray. And let's see over here. So we should be able to give some VIPs for that. I will check on that. We'll make sure that the bot picks that up. But thank you very much, Stray. When you gift a membership, we'll get you a VIP character. Let me be sure. I'll be sure that we get that, because that will VIP Bronzebottom, and then we'll also make sure Tabletop Scholar is in on the next one too. So thank you very much, Stray. Okay, best odds. Here we've computed things. So Maid of Meat has a 70% chance of survival. Sable Phoenix has a 72% chance of survival. But we know how the way Sable Phoenix characters have been going, that's like 30%. Mushroom Pumpkin, 78% chance. Oh, we got a lot of great chances of survival. A battered blacksmith's apprentice, 77% chance. Looking pretty good here. Lead Alarm, a ramshackled sexton, 87%. Okay, looking good. It is time to go into the blood cage. So here we go. Let's refresh the blood cage. Let's see. Oh, I don't see what's going on in the chat. Okay, let's open the cage. Everybody hearing the music? I think you should be. All right, so, it's 12 to 12, 12 to 12. The Chosen One, Tabletop Scholar says the Chosen One is still like 9 days to recovery. Is there a way to have the infirmary max out time at like 7 days? I'm fine with waiting, but during testing, maybe reclude. There will be other ways to speed up healing. So there will be ways to speed up healing. I have not gotten to that yet. Oh, no music? Okay, let me make sure that we got music. Oh, I turned on my music. I was hearing music. Let me turn this down. And then I'll try again. There we go. All right. Well, I mean, I think so. All right. Okay. So we are 12 to 12. 12 to 12. This seems like an easy cage right here. Okay. That does make sense. The kobolds with darts are in the back now, along with the large ape. We got like the goblins who have light armor up front. This does look like a more natural way for Zorn to split up the dungeon right here. So there we go. Okay. So 12 to 12. Front line is a calloused squire, mushroom pumpkin. Front line.
Desperate Merchant's Guard, Ferris, front line. Ramshackled Sexton by Lead Alarm, front line. Battered Blacksmith's Apprentice, first line. That's Charlie. That's a pretty good front line right there. Then Unrefined Grave Robber. So we have a front line of fighter types, and then we move to our rogues and so forth. So an Unrefined Grave Robber by Crap Phone. An Ill-Equipped Poacher. There we go, Democrat, right there. An Overborn Elf Minstrel, Mrs. Dave, no Fs right there. A Stumbling Grave Robber made of meat right there. The Backwater Acolyte on the back by The Crusade. An Overzealous Acolyte by Y3T right here. Disgraced Hedge Mage is that's Mike right there. And then an Unassuming Cult Initiate, that's Sable Phoenix on the back right there. Some of them have the Fairy's Blessing. Oh, and by the way, just so, okay, we were talking about the getting back helmets and shields. So stand by on that. That's, I've got something to tell you about that. It won't be tonight, but that's coming. But then also, you guys have been asking for greater interactivity with your characters in the bloodcage. I was also working on that, planning out some different. I had a fantastic idea for that, I think. So stand by on that as well. Updates coming. Okay, so let's go. Auto run. Let's go. Okay, Tomocrat comes up first and draws. Wants to go in for Goblin number 2. He shoots. He can shoot. So he puts an arrow. 9 points of damage into Goblin number 2. That was straight through the throat or through the eye. So Tomocrat's Ill-Equipped Poacher drops a Goblin right off. and then backs off. He's going to be our archer in the back corner. I see how this is going. That's better than running toward the bad guys, isn't it? So the Blackwater Acolyte moves out to cast Sacred Flame against the White Ape. The White Ape is large, so he can see that and do it. 3 points of damage there. An Overzealous Acolyte also sees the White Ape. Is he going to be able to cast from there? Oh, he might be able to do it. Y3T also casts Sacred Flame at the ape. Hits the ape, 1 point of damage, a minor radiant wound. Okay, so the clerics are stepping up to take out a White Ape. The Callous Squire, this is Mushroom Pumpkin, now moving toward Goblin number 1. RPG Gen Exile, hit exclamation point T space all. If you want to move all of your characters to the tavern, bang T space all. Ferris, Desperate Merchant's Guard, comes in on Goblin number 1, drops him. Ramshackle Sexton. Okay, so this is a pre-paladin coming up to the Slimeling. 4 points of damage, moderate bludgeoning wound to the Slimeling. The Slimeling goes to -1 hit points and drops. It's bang T space all. Yeah, Stray is showing, but there's a space between T and all. Cave Imp, looking at the Desperate Merchant's Guard, but can't get there. Kobold Crawler number 3, he's going to get in a position to throw a dart. Coming in at Lead Alarm. 1 point of damage to a Ramshackle Sexton. Okay, Mongrel comes up to Lead Alarm. Critical strike, sickening precision. The Sexton is punctured for only 4 points of damage. The Ratkin Mongrel bites, but not quite enough to take out the Sexton yet. Now the Cave Imp's coming in. The Cave Imp is coming in. 2 points of damage to the Sexton right there. Now, if they're still right next to somebody, then they're going to. You can't call that ganging up because there is bias to fighting who you are standing next to. Of course, a Stumbling Grave Robber. This is made of meat. Now comes up on the Cave Imp number 1 and impales it for 2 points of damage. The Cave Imp staggers, twitches, and falls. Okay, White Ape's turn. Might be going for a stone throw, throwing a boulder, or he might be coming in to... No, he's throwing the rock at Mushroom Pumpkin's Squire, only for 2 points of damage, though. Chucks the boulder, but Mushroom Pumpkin is able to shrug it off. Now, Unrefined Grave Robber targeting Gremlin coming up. We're 11 PCs to 8 monsters. 11 PCs to 8 monsters. Gremlin is hit for 3 points of damage. Plenty to drop a Gremlin. So the Unrefined Grave Robber, no problem right there. The Gremlin goes down permanently. Okay, Kobold looking for a target with his dart. Hits Made of Meat for 2 points of damage. One is turned aside. One is taken as injury. That must have been the fairy's blessing right there. So the fairy's blessing kept him alive right there. We'll see if that holds, but at least he still stands for now. The Overborn Elf Minstrel wants to target this ape. They want to bring him down with magic. Critical hit with Firebolt. White ape takes 8 points of damage. A tremendous fire wound that scorches the flesh. So the white ape drops, hits the stone, and does not rise. Arrow Storm. Zorn looses the volleys. 5 arrows. Yes, Zorn is upset. We got to take 5 arrows are coming in. 1 hits Charlie. Bites deep. 2 points of damage right there. Stumbling Grave Robber finds its mark. Yeah, Sable says, yeah, let's go. Critical spell damage. We haven't seen that very often. That's increasing the damage on that. Will probably let us see that more, because you should be able to crit with spells. But since we had a little bit of a damage bump on the spells, we should see that more. Callous Squire takes 2 points of damage. Hey, William Clark. Thank you for bang spawning. Okay, Unassuming Cult Initiate's Ward shimmers and soaks the shaft. Okay, so nothing right there because we got the blessing of the fairy. Arrow bites the Blackwater Acolyte, the Crusade. Still 1 point up. Hey, RPG Gen Exile. If you don't get in, remember there's a 30-second global cooldown on bang spawn. So if you don't see your character spawn, do it again. Hey, John, welcome. Let's see. Shooting at Unrefined Grave Robber, 1 point of damage. Oh, these thieves only have 2 points of damage, or most of them do. Oh, 2 health points. So he's almost done. Zorn signals to ready the portcullis. All right, so what's going to happen with the portcullis? We're getting closer. We're still in round 1 right here. 10 PCs are up to 6 monsters. Goblin number 3 comes up to Mushroom Pumpkin. 1 point of damage to a Callous Squire. A minor piercing wound. I know Mushroom Pumpkin is still trying to get a character through. 1 point of damage remaining. A battered blacksmith, Charlie, comes up to Goblin number 3. In the flank of the Goblin, Goblin takes 4 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. Charlie is able to drop the Goblin. A disgraced hedge mage. Okay, Mike now firing at Ratkin Mongrel. Firebolt at Ratkin Mongrel. 3 points of damage. That is enough to drop Ratkin Mongrel right there. RPG, that might mean that you have them all in the tavern already. It just might mean that you don't have any guys in the stable. I think you were trying to move people over to the tavern, and it said you didn't have anybody in the stables. They might all be in the tavern. We can check on that if you remind me when we get back around to the tavern. Unassuming Cult Initiate casts. What are we casting? Whoa, was that Chill Touch? Oh, that was a weird Chill Touch thing. He cast Chill Touch. We haven't seen Chill Touch being cast. For some reason, it shot the arrow. So Sable shot Chill Touch, which now you can reach out and touch somebody with. We haven't seen that yet. And for some reason, we're shooting the arrow bolt. So we'll fix that. But I'm glad we finally got Chill Touch in action. An ill-equipped poacher takes 7 points of damage. Oh, Tomocrat. Oh, there we go. An ill-equipped poacher has fallen. So we just lost a level 1 character. F in the chat for Tomocrat, an uncommon character. Very sorry about that. An ill-equipped poacher, a level 1 character, has dropped. Pay our respects. We got 17 people watching here. Please do hit like on the stream and let me know if you see 20 likes, because then we will have the blessing of the fairy. Ratkin Gorechild now comes up to the disgraced hedge mage. Oh, 3 points of damage. The disgraced hedge mage, that was Mike, has dropped and is slain outright. 8 PCs to 6 monsters. We have another Gorechild coming in, looking at this elf. This is Mrs. Dave. No Fs in the back. 5 points of damage. 5 points of damage. 14 likes, John says, or 13. William spawning again. Fantastic. Let's see. Y3T is now going to fire Sacred Flame at Ratkin Gorechild. Hit for 4 points of damage. Not quite enough to drop the Gorechild. But he's hanging by a thread now. Now it's Cave Imp number 2. 7 PCs up to 6 monsters. Cave Imp number 2 comes in to Charlie. 2 points of damage on the battered blacksmith's apprentice. He is down, but he is still alive. He passed his death save, so he is unconscious on the floor. So if we are able to win this, then we'll haul out the unconscious. So last stand, Mushroom Pumpkin comes up to Cave Imp number 2. 3 points of damage, a moderate slashing wound. The light fades from the Cave Imp's eyes. Ratkin Abomination now targets the Acolyte, Y3T. Abomination comes in, tearing at the Acolyte. Oh, the Crusade drops. The Crusade's backwater Acolyte is down. Ratkin Abomination now targets Y3T, raking his claws at him. 3 points of damage. Y3T is still up with 2 health points remaining. 5 PCs to 5 monsters. Ferris is up, looking at Kobold Crawler number 2. A devastating strike. Kobold Crawler is impaled for 4 points of damage. Plenty drives the sword through the Kobold Crawler. The Kobold Crawler hits the stone and does not rise. So, doing what he can to put down some monsters. So, 5 PCs up to 4 monsters, but Ratkin Gorechild now coming in on... Oh, Sable's Temple Initiate only had 1 health point. Only 1 health point. It's a rough life being a level 0 character with only 1 point of health. Especially when you have a Ratkin Gorechild coming in behind you. That's kind of rough. So, Ratkin Gorechild now coming into the flank of Y3T. What is going on with the dog tags? I'm just watching in the chat. Did we spawn something weird? Oh, so Y3T does drop. So how are we going here? Man, this has been brutal. This is only round 2. 3 PCs to 4 monsters. And Kobold Crawler still has a dart left. Desperate Merchant's Guard. Deflected, though. Okay, we definitely needed that. Steel rings on a Desperate Merchant Guard's shield, and he is unhurt. We needed that right now with now 3 PCs up with 1 on the floor. That's still our turn going to 3. So, Crap Phone's Unrefined Grave Robber wants some Gorechild. Oh, stopped by the Abomination, though. Reeling from 2 points of damage. He was stopped in here. Sable Phoenix asks, how many darts do Kobold Crawlers carry? They currently carry 2 darts. They carry 2 darts. Ratkin Abomination now comes up to Crap Phone. Oh, he's only got 1 HP left. 4 points of damage, a moderate slashing wound. Oh, and the Abomination is on a killing spree here. But you can't split your move and attack. You can't move and then... Okay, so he just moves up. It was only 1 attack. Desperate Merchant's Guard trying to hunt down this Kobold. Only 1 point of damage to the Kobold, though. Uh-oh. Ratkin Gorechild now trying to come up to Mushroom Pumpkin. Deflected! Deflected! The Calloused Squire deflects the Ratkin Gorechild strike. Still up. Now it's the Calloused Squire's turn and wants some Gorechild. Last stand. Wounded but fighting. Going in. Reeling from 2 points of damage. A minor piercing wound that drives deep. The Ratkin Gorechild's body goes limp and it's finished. So Calloused Squire, Mushroom Pumpkin, takes him out. Oh, but we still got a lot of survival to do here. We've got a lot of survival to do. 2 points of damage. A minor piercing wound to Ferris. Let's see. Ratkin Gorechild. Oh, Mushroom Pumpkin. Oh, Mushroom Pumpkin. No! Catches the Ratkin Gorechild's blow on the boss of his shield. It splinters but holds 1 of 2 durability remaining. Ratkin Abomination. Oh, can he do it again? Can he do it again? Oh! Wood shield buckles and splits. There is nothing left to hide behind. Rampage broken. And epic defense. 3 goes unscathed right there. Whoa, Zorn spares the worthy. What a fight right there. The Zorn calls the fight off. He has seen enough. You guys have impressed Zorn. The horde is called off. 2 souls walk out alive, and you saved the unconscious guy on the floor. I forget who that was, but nice job. Mushroom Pumpkin says, I did it in the chat. Yes, you did. There you go. That is a new heroic story right there. So, hey, Mushroom Pumpkin, that one needs a name. I mean, you know, we got to name that one. And also, who was the other one? Let's look right here. Let's turn the winch and bring them up. That was fantastic. So Mushroom Pumpkin had a callous squire get through. Oh, Ferris, a desperate merchant's guard. The merchant's guard also fought very well right there. Charlie, that was Charlie's Chop 0240. A battered blacksmith's apprentice. He was laying there on the floor, and you saved his life. You saved his life. There we go. So, Ferris, we got the goblin medics coming in. But I think that we are going to be promoted, and you'll get everything back anyway. Everything but helmets and shields. Okay? All right. Everything but helmets and shields. Be aware of that. Promotions. Let's go to the ferry. Fighter. Ferris, level 1. There you go. 6 health points for the fighter. A battered blacksmith's apprentice. Charlie gets a fighter. There we go. You're through. And then here we go. Good job, Mushroom Pumpkin. Level 1 knight. There you go. The Callous Squire is now a level 1 knight. Nice work. Nice work. You're through. All right, now that character's going to the stable right now. Fully healed, and if you had magic, you get your magic back. But you would be without any damage you took to shields or helmet. So be aware of that. Right. Staple says, can't get helmets and shields back for now because they cost money. And Zorn don't run no charity here. So, by the way, if you are coming in, you didn't see last night, I have not been able to do a whole lore video on this, but I will. The idea here is that this is Zorn's dungeon. Zorn is a goblin sorcerer, basically. He's a powerful goblin sorcerer who has his fortress, basically at the edge of the known world in the mountains. And if you are a desperate nobody, down on your luck, whatever, you can go to Zorn's fortress. And there is even this tavern there that he will let you in, take you in. You can eat there, drink. You have a meal, have a cask of ale, whatever it is that you want right there and eat. But the trick is your payment. Even if you can't pay, no problem. He takes you in. But your payment, in order to pay, you have to fight in his bloodcage. His games here. So once you enter the tavern and you have searched out Zorn's mercy because you're down in your luck, hey, I want to be a hero, whatever, I need something to eat. You go into the tavern, he feeds you, but then you must fight in order to get out. That's why a level 0 character cannot leave the tavern until he has been through at least 1 blood cage. So there's other things going on inside Zorn's dungeon here at the fortress at the end of the end of the world. But we're going to get into that with more of the story and things like that. But that's the brief rundown of what this is. Okay, so the infirmary right here, we got people. Okay, the stable. Hey, if anybody wants to call out, I mean, you can bang. If you're in the stable, you will get called over if you say bang T all and move over, or you can move over individual characters on zornsdungeon.com. That allows you to drop down on the website. You can individually manage characters, or if you there's some wanderers in there because I was testing. But on the other hand, if you want to bring over somebody individually, you can do that by bang T space dog tag. Oh, John says love the lore, so we're going to work on that. So thank you. So Zorn, is Zorn evil? Somebody was like, are we going to be able to kill Zorn? Well, I mean, Zorn's not really a nice guy because, okay, yes, you can have a meal here in the tavern and whatever, but you got to fight potentially to your death. But he might not be completely evil, So we'll develop that. Okay, the leaderboard. Oh, we got to see. You think the locations turn red? I'm not sure. Okay. How many likes do we have? We'll look at the leaderboard later. Graveyard, Zorn's Dungeon. Oh, I did notice, by the way, over on zornsdungeon.com that we now have a total of 76 people. 76 people have spawned characters for Zorn's Dungeon. So that's pretty cool. 76 unique players. That's the number of players that we have. Okay, let's go back around to the tavern. Everybody happy? Oh, we have a VIP pending. Oh, I think it's because we had the memberships right here. Okay, let's see. Let's go over here and click. So let's go to the channel members over here. Let me click that. So the Tabletop Scholar just became a channel member thanks to Stray's gift. So a fugitive elf minstrel, you got that one VIP, Tabletop Scholar. So you are for sure going in next round, VIP right there. And then we also need to be sure that Sable for gifting gets a, not Sable, Stray for gifting gets a free VIP. And I know that he wants Bronzebottom to go in. Let me find Bronzebottom. This is the dwarf. Okay, right here. So I'm going to VIP it right here. So when you gift a membership, so apparently that didn't do it automatically, but when you gift a membership, the person you gifted gets a free VIP right away, and then I'm going to give you one as well right there. Some of them have the so wait. PH says some of my characters are in the tavern and are written text for the tavern are in white, but some have text in red. Here, I'm not sure what that means. I would have to look into that. Let me look up here. PH Arbex. I see all of your characters in the tavern with white here, so I'm not sure what that is. I will look at that. What you're seeing, like on the website. Are you talking about on the website? I will look into that. Oh, on the site? Okay, PH says that's happening on the site. I will check that. Here, like this, like HP. Things are looking pretty reasonable right here. All right, well, let's go to bloodcage number 2. I don't see anything that's totally out of the way right now. So let's go to the holding cell. Okay, I'm in the... Okay, thank you for letting me know. So I'll look at that after the stream. I've been watching these and going through everything. So in the Your Characters page on zornsdungeon.com. Okay, I will look at that, and I will look at that after the stream and find out what that situation is. Thank you for letting me know. We will find out. All right, 15 people watching. If we get to 20 likes, we will do the Blessing of the Fairy, and everybody will get a +1 temporary hit point. Okay, draft the party. Here we go. So VIPs first. So the Fugitive Elf Minstrel coming in. And then Stray with Bronzebottom right there. RPG Jin, who is going for 3. Stray's Bronzebottom is going for 3 blood drops right there. He survived 2. The Tabletop Scholar is actually also going for another blood drop. RPG Jin Exile, a cynical city guard who is well starred. Mushroom Pumpkin is also in with a malnourished merchant's guard. William Clark, you're here. Welcome. You have made it to the blood cage. You have a malnourished pilgrim in here who is ill-starred, bottom 12% of ability scores. Mrs. Dave, no Fs, as an uncommon character in here, the untrained halfling burglar's apprentice. Tomocrat has a sullen cut purse in here. Sable Phoenix has a disowned gnome apprentice illusionist. Made of Meat, a sun-bleached flagellant. John has a fumbling antiquarian's assistant. Lil CWA, who is BGD, has a fumbling halfling baker. The Crusade has a cautious acolyte. So how are we doing here? I think it's taking a little bit longer to compute all of the survival statistics, but I do want with Stray right here to he sent in the super chat really early to make sure that Bronzebottom is fully buffed going in. So there we go. Or maybe nobody has a particularly good or bad, maybe nobody has particularly terrible stats to get out and nobody has particularly good stats to get out as far as survival percentages. I guess that's possible too. I should put some kind of thing up here to say when the simulations have been run. We just haven't seen that before, that there's nobody here who has a terrible chance of getting out and nobody here who has a really good chance of getting out. Okay, so we have 10 level 0 characters in here, 2 level 1 characters in here, a total of 54 health points total in this party for an average HP of 5. So this is a little bit beefier party. We said we had an average HP of 4 last turn, and I think that Sable was right. There were a lot of characters with 1 or 2, but this time Oh, here we go. So Mrs. Dave, here we go. It just took a while to compute. So Mrs. Dave has some pretty good odds, 72% chance of getting out. Maid of Meat has a 72% chance of getting out. And John has a 72% chance of getting out. What is going on with Bronzebottom? Uh-oh. Bronzebottom only has a 47% chance of getting out. Uh-oh. Well, so we got a coin flip on Bronzebottom, but we need Bronzebottom has done a lot of damage. So here we go. Let's see. Chris snuck in. I'm not sure. Chris? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's play. Let's play. Bloodcage. Let's open the cage. 12 to 15. 12 to 15. Okay. So, front line. Mushroom Pumpkins, Malnourished Merchant's Guard. Then RPG Jin Exiles, Cynical City Guard. Then Bronzebottom right there. That stray right there. Fully buffed. 2 points on the front line where the dwarf should be. Oh, but then, yeah, we have a halfling on the front line. The Fumbling Halfling Baker by BGD is on the front line. Behind that, on the second line, we've got Tomocrat, a sullen cutpurse. Tabletop Scholars, Fugitive Elf Minstrel is on the second line. Mrs. Dave, an untrained halfling burglar's apprentice. The Crusade, second line, Cautious Acolyte. Disowned Gnome Illusionist Apprentice. Sable Phoenix, back line. Sun-bleached Flagellant, Made of Meat, back line. William Carter, your malnourished pilgrim, is back line. A fumbling antiquarian's assistant, John, back line. Okay, so there we go. 12 to 15, and only one white ape, though. Only one white ape. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Good luck, Bronzebottom. We're opening with Goblin going to Bronzebottom. Jabs, no damage, only 1 point of stamina lost. So, all right. So good so far. Now, the malnourished Goblin Runt is moving toward the malnourished city Merchant's Guard. Only does 1 point of damage to this Merchant's Guard. Oh, now it's Bronzebottom's turn. He sees Goblin number 1. Let's see if he does what he does. Yes, 6 points of damage. There you go. Bronzebottom doing what Bronzebottom does, the dwarf. Hammering the Goblin, and he does not rise. So there you go. Ratkin Mongrel now comes in to the Fumbling Halfling Baker. 1 stamina point left, no wound. Okay, so far, so good. We got 12 PCs to 14. RPG Jin Exile is going up to Goblin Runt number 1. Hacks him apart for 5 points of damage, puts him at -3. So puts down Goblin Runt that comes up. Okay, all right. So now, Fumbling Halfling, BGD, looks at this. What is this Ratkin Mongrel that just came up here? We like it when the Halflings, the Halflings take care of business. 5 points of damage, a major slashing wound, bludgeoning wound right there. I can't guarantee that the sprites accurately represent all of the equipment that the characters have. This is like initial sprites in here. So he's carrying a bludgeoning wound. Now, an untrained halfling or bludgeoning weapon. Halfling Burglar's Apprentice comes up to the Gremlin. Looks like nothing going. Cave Imp is now coming around to Mrs. Dave. Sweeping, braces and takes the impact. No damage. 1 stamina point. No health right there. No health damage. We now have a Kobold Crawler in the back. Throwing. I'm sure he's going to throw a dart. 1 point of damage to a Cynical City Guard, a minor piercing wound. So far, so good. We're now at 12 to 12. 12 PCs to 12 monsters. Tabletop Scholar, Magic Missile at the Cave Imp. Whoa, is that the first Magic Missile that we've seen cast? Cave Imp reels from 4 points of damage. The Cave Imp falls with a final thud. Whoa, so we just had a level 1 spell cast. How about that? Magic Missile. And the elf is moving to the back. So, nice job. Ratkin Mongrel lunges, fangs first into the Cynical City Guard. 1 point of damage. We're going to get all the level 1 spells going in. I didn't know that was actually active right now. But it worked. It worked right. So there we go. Disowned Sable Phoenix. Okay, trying to get up. Can't do it. White Ape moving toward untrained Halfling. Takes a stone. No damage. 1 point drain. The Halfling's dodging. Doing what the Halfling does. Stone. No. I'm coming in. Or boulder. Don't worry about it. Dodged that. William comes in. A malnourished pilgrim. Once on the Ratkin mongrel's flank, 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. The Ratkin mongrel hits the stone and does not rise. Goblin number 2, now on the flank of Mrs. Dave. Coming in on the flank, what's going to happen? Goblin spears her for 3 points of damage. One is turned aside with stamina, still has 2, only took 2 points of health. Now, a sullen cut purse is coming up to the gremlin. 3 points of damage to the gremlin, a moderate piercing wound. Dropped. Great playing with everybody tonight. So, 12 PCs to 9 monsters. Slimeling number 2 coming into the sullen cut purse. The sullen cut purse takes 4 damage. But that's enough to drop down to -2. That was a cut purse with only 1 health point coming into the blood cage. I guess that's a rough life. 1 HP, 0th level character. Yep. Kind of what you'd expect. Kobold Crawler number 2 comes into William Clark. 2 points of damage. The malnourished pilgrim is down to 1. The malnourished pilgrim is down to 1. Kobold Crawler number 4 is looking at RPG Jin Exile. Throws. He's going to throw. Yes, he's going to throw. 2 points of damage. Man, he has taken 3 different wounds. 1,000 cuts here, or in this case, a puncture wound. Also, 1 remaining right there. Kobold Crawler now coming toward the malnourished pilgrim. Throwing at the malnourished pilgrim? Yes. Sure is. Only 1. William Clark. He can take him out. So the kobold winds up. Sorry about that, William. First experience in the blood cage. The malnourished pilgrim has dropped. Bang, spawn again. We'll get you back in. We'll get you a level 1 character. You'll fight one through. The cautious acolyte, the crusade, now looking at the white ape. Looks like we're going sacred flame. Yes, we are. Sacred flame at the white ape. 5 points of damage to the sacred ape, or the white ape. Nice wound there. A volley is incoming. Yes. We're going to have to take some arrows right here. So, no, did we hold? Looks like we held. No. I think it's 10 to 9. Slimeling is struck for 3 points of damage. The sun-bleached flagellant takes out Slimeling number 2. No, that's coming. Now it's the arrow storm. Okay. So 2 arrows from the archers atop the blood cage. The arrow bites. A cautious acolyte takes 3 damage. Still up. Mushroom Pumpkin takes 1 damage. Okay, not too terrible. This is still round 1. 10 PCs up to 8 monsters. Slimeling comes into Mrs. Dave. 1 point of damage only. The Slimeling hits you with the pseudopod, but don't worry about it. This halfling is tough. Okay, fumbling antiquarian's assistant. This is John moving toward the white ape. He is going to cast Acid Splash at White Ape. 4 points of damage, a moderate acid wound. Legs buckle, it's over. PH says I wouldn't call it a storm. That was the arrow sprinkle. Okay, so there was an arrow sprinkle. Goblin Runt number 2 coming into Made of Meat. Hasn't been attacked yet. Skewered for 3 points of damage with this jagged knife he's got. So he drew some blood there. Now Mushroom Pumpkin looks down and wants some Slimeling. Slimeling is coming in. A malnourished merchant's guard coming in on Slimeling. Slimeling has resistance. He was probably using the bludgeoning weapons, and slimes are resistant to some weapons now. So was not able to get through to Slimeling. Mrs. Dave tries to take out this goblin, but can't. Goblin is wounded. Now, fumbling antiquarian's assistant looking at goblin number 2, casting acid splash at the goblin. Goblin is corroded for 3 points of damage, moderate acid wound. Light fades from the goblin's eyes. Zorn signals to ready the portcullis. Goblins stand by on the crank. Yeah, we got 10 PCs up to 6 monsters. So PC's doing pretty well here. I do like that now that the casters and the range... Oh, deflected! So Kobold Crawler throws the dart at Mushroom Pumpkin, and it is deflected right there. 3 out of 5 health points still. The casters go to the back, but they got to be careful, this portcullis. The casters aren't charging forward anymore and getting slaughtered, but they're staying back where the portcullis opens. There you go, BGD. A fumbling halfling baker takes out Goblin Runt number 2. He's down to -2 hit points. Dropped. Very nice. Okay, Kobold Crawler number 3. Okay, going at, I believe this is BGD's halfling right here, coming in on the halfling baker's flank. Flank hit. Oh, rolling with the strike. The halfling is unhurt. Expends 1 stamina right there. A fugitive elf minstrel. Okay, Kobold Crawler number 4. Does he have another spell? Yes, he does. He's going to cast Firebolt at the Kobold Crawler. 2 points of damage, Kobold Crawler, a minor fire wound, dropping Kobold Crawler number 4 from afar. Nice work, Tabletop Scholar. Right there. You were shooting over the halfling. The halfling was short, and you shot over the halfling to get to the kobold. I like that. Bronzebottom now comes up on Kobold Crawler number 1. 11 points of damage. A catastrophic piercing wound. I guess that's with the spike of a warhammer. Catastrophic piercing wound. That is what Bronzebottom does. Drops that, whatever that was. We can't even tell from the mess on the floor. Now, Sable Phoenix comes up. Oh, this gnome. Oh, it was a gnome you cast over. Sorry, not a halfling, a gnome. My apologies, disowned gnome apprentice illusionist. Poison spray goes into Kobold Crawler right there. And drops him. Okay, Kobold Crawler is now, coming up to Bronzebottom. He's going to throw, isn't he? Kobold throws the dart at Stray. Only 1 point of damage, a minor piercing wound. The portcullis opens. The Ratkin Abomination is coming in with 2 Ratkin Gore children. Ratkin Abomination wants some Bronzebottom, but is stopped by the Cynical City Guard. His half-helm cracks and sheds, a near miss with death. A Cynical City Guard is left staggered. Is he going to attack again? No. Okay. Ratkin Gorechild moves toward the cautious acolyte. All these squishies in the back. Ratkin Gorechild coming up on the Tabletop Scholar. 7 points of damage to the fugitive elf minstrel. Drops. Oh, he drops, but he is not. He's not dead. He has passed his death save. The fugitive elf minstrel, a level 1 character, is laying on the floor, unconscious. Ratkin Gorechild now coming up to RPG Gen Exile's Cynical City Guard on the flank. 4 points of damage. He had been cut apart so many times. He is exhausted. The Cynical City Guard's eyes go dark. He's out. 8 PCs to 5 monsters. 8 PCs to 5 monsters. A malnourished Merchant's Guard. This is Mushroom Pumpkin coming in on Slimeling. Slimeling's body shrugs off 2 points of damage, but still is able to get 3 points of damage through. Slimeling falls with a final thud. Cautious Acolyte, the Crusade, wants some Ratkin Gorechild. Gorechild, he casts Sacred Flame. Oh, a vicious critical hit. 7 points of damage to the Ratkin Gorechild. There we go. Sable saying we got to get the Tabletop Scholar out of there. Hold strong, everybody. Hold strong. Sun-Bleached Flagellant weaves resistance around Mrs. Dave, so that will allow Mrs. Dave advantage on saving throws, which includes death right now. Bronzebottom is also braced against death. Yeah, I'll look at that, Sable. I'm not sure. He should have probably attacked again. So we will see. He probably should have attacked again. Ratkin Gorechild is rocked by 2 points of damage. The fumbling antiquarian's assistant has hit him with a stick. Now it's the Ratkin Abomination. Still wants some Stray, but cannot get there. Intercepted by the Sun-Bleached Flagellant. 7 points of damage to Sun-Bleached Flagellant, a tremendous slashing wound. The Sun-Bleached Flagellant is cut down instantly. All right, so he used his body to shield Bronzebottom. Bronzebottom now moves, wants the Abomination like he should, pierced for 6 points of damage. Only 4 points of damage left with the Abomination. Now I bet this Gore Child, no, the Gore Child comes around too, the fumbling antiquarian's assistant, still fighting him, bleeds for 3 points of damage. Oh, John, the fumbling antiquarian's assistant, has taken the Gore Child's hit. Only one left. 7 PCs up to 3 monsters. We're doing very well. But now the Ratkin Abomination wants some Bronzebottom, but only 3 points of damage. A moderate slashing wound. An untrained halfling comes in on the Ratkin Gore Child's flank. Hits for 3 points of damage. Exactly what you needed. Nice job, Mrs. Dave. Mrs. Dave's halfling takes out the Ratkin Gore Child. Kobold Crawler number 2 is now feeling kind of lonely here. There's still a Abomination up. Fumbling Halfling Baker grits through it. This is BGD. These halflings are doing some work out here and fighting for their lives. Now it's Gnome coming up to Ratkin Abomination. In the rear, Underdog coming in, casts Poison Spray at the Abomination. From behind, Ratkin Abomination is sickened from 2 points of damage, a minor poisoned wound. Okay, so his lungs are corroded, but a fumbling halfling comes up to Kobold Crawler, 3 points of damage. That is enough to drop a kobold right there. The Kobold Crawler goes down permanently. Fell-handed. There we go. A fell-handed halfling. Fell-handed halfling. Nice job. Okay. Cautious Acolyte targets Ratkin Abomination. Coming up. Come on. Let's take him out. Take him out. Well, only 1 point of damage. Hits him with the stick. Sable Phoenix asks, was there going to be an actual game effects of being sickened or chilled later? Would have to be much later on. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. I'd love to do a lot more with animations and things like this in this. That's big. I get the gameplay right, though. Mushroom Pumpkin puts down the Ratkin Abomination. Scores a major monster kill right there. This was a fantastic bloodcage. The heroes handled that one nicely. 7 souls walk out alive. 1 is hauled out unconscious. So there we go. So nice job. The crowd roars. Yeah, that was an extremely successful cage. That was an extremely successful cage for the heroes. Won that one handily. Let's turn the winch. Yeah, lots of people earning blood drops right there. Blood drops mean that you have survived a cage there. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have lots of conditions. Sable says, no, I mean like mechanically, like being sickened gives disadvantage on attacks. Being chilled lowers your movement. Yes, yeah, I love conditions. You know, if you've been with me on the stream, which I know you have, Sable, on the channel, we're doing game design. I love conditions. So yes, we will have conditions. I'm not quite finished. Well, I'm not quite finished with the level 0 spells. There's still some work I want to do on them, and we got to get all the level 1s working. So Bronzebottom is one of our 3 blood drop characters now. So Bronzebottom did exactly what Bronzebottom does. It looks like he's going back to the infirmary, though. Let's deploy the Goblin Medics. Maybe the Goblin Medics will be able to help out Bronzebottom. Tabletop Scholar, 1 wound, helps out a little bit. Crusade helps out a little bit. The Goblins help out. John, they help out a little bit. Goblin Medics tend to wound. Goblin Medics tend to wound on Mrs. Dave. I mean, good job, Mrs. Dave. Halfling got through. That's fun. Stray, there you go. Okay, so Stray. Oh, and also like helped out because the Bronzebottom being level 1 won't get free healing from the fairy, so has to go to the infirmary. But the Goblin Medics come up and try to heal everybody, or roll a critical care test on everybody's wound as they come up, and they're very successful. So at the end of that, Stray's Bronzebottom Only has a 2-point minor slashing wound. Bronzebottom had been laid out for a long time, but now Bronzebottom will be going back to the infirmary. Fumbling Antiquarian's assistant, but not for as long this time. Level 1 magic user. Nice work. Wounds wash away. Spells restored. A malnourished city guard. Mushroom Pumpkin. You've got a level 1 fighter. Mrs. Dave. Now you have a level 1 halfling. Nice work. Fumbling Halfling, Fumbling Halfling Baker, BGD, Lil CWA. Nice work. Level 1 Halfling. 2 level 1 Halflings out of that. The Crusade, level 1 Cleric. Nice work. All of your wounds are washed away. Sable Phoenix, Disowned Gnome Apprentice Illusionist. The Disowned Gnome Apprentice. That's exactly the kind of person who shows up at Zorn's dungeon. All right, let's sort and dismiss. So nice work. So where is Bronzebottom? Bronzebottom only has 2 days for full recovery. So a minor 2-point minor slashing wound that's being treated by the level 1 under novice care. I mean, the goblins aren't that great. So somebody was asking about faster healing. Well, if you're in the infirmary, you're under level 1 care, which is better than level 0 care. In the infirmary, you're under level 1 care by the goblins doing whatever they can. You will heal in the stable and in the tavern, but only at level 0. So you think healing's slow in the infirmary? Well, it's even slower if you're not in the infirmary. But yeah, we need to get there's several things. I got a list here. But yes, there will be other ways to speed up your healing. But right now, all we got is these goblins who can only heal at kind of novice level. All right, anybody want to come and bring things around? Highest level veterans right in here. Y3T's Nameless Mercenary, Renee. Like, who has 3 blood drops or more? Let's look at blood drops. Most blood drops. Bronzebottom just got 1. Ariste had 4. Boars is the only one who has 4 right now. But then lots of people have, this is top killers? No, that's most kills. Most blood drops right here. Ariste has 4 blood drops. Boars has 4 blood drops. Bronzebottom has 3 and is living. We've had some dead with 3. A Nameless Mercenary, Y3T, a Nameless Mercenary has 3. Renee, Sable Phoenix, Renee is Sable Phoenix's standout character with 3 blood drops. Tabletop Scholar, Chosen 1. But that one is wounded. Murdalf has 3. So 3 is an exclusive club. I mean, 4 is extremely exclusive, but 3 is an exclusive tribes. Dave says, hear me out. A primetime medical drama featuring Zorn's Goblin Medics. Yes, I like that. Okay. Yeah, the Slimelings. Well, I also have another idea for Slimelings. But yes, they could be them. Okay, Zorn's Anatomy. Yes. Let's do a reality show or a soap opera called Zorn's Anatomy about all the goblins who are working in the winch room and the infirmary. You got to go up to the winch room when all these people are hauled out, and they're bleeding and they're cut open, and they're unconscious and in pain. Let's see. Let's go over to the tavern. Let's see. Stray. 6 for, what can I do for you? 6. Thank you so much. Oh, bless my knight. You want the knight back around? Let's see. You want this? Is the knight hanging out in the stable? The boars. Okay, Boars. Boars is in the tavern, ready to go. Okay, if Boars is drafted, I'm going to bless him. That Boars is currently number 2 in highest XP, number 2 in most kills, and number 1 in best defense. But remember, he's not going to have a shield this time or a helmet, but he does have 4 blood drops. So if he's drafted, I'm going to bless him. Okay. And we still have to get the winch room. Yeah, that would be awesome if you're on Zorn's Anatomy and the goblins are working, and sometimes they'd stop by the winch room. Sometimes you go to that winch room. Okay. Let's see what happens. Sable's brought around some characters. Okay. Let's go to the holding cell. VIPs, then active chatters, then everybody else. How many likes do we have? Let me see what I see over here. Just 1 second. Likes do we have? I see that we have 14 likes. What do you see? I see 14. All right, no, I know it. 16 people watching, 14 likes. If we can get to 20, we'll do the blessing of the fairy, and everybody in the tavern will get +1 temporary hit points. So if you are watching, please do hit like. Okay. Dave, let's look at Dave. Dave is trying to bring people over. Dave, it looks like they're all in there. No, Dave and off. Yeah, Dave, you've got characters over here in the tavern. They are ready. They are ready. You've got characters over here in the tavern. Okay, let's go. Let's draft. Let's play. Number 3. Oh, Sable just brought over a bunch of characters. Okay, let's go. Into the holding cell. Refresh. Draft the party. Tomocrat, a penniless elf minstrel. Uncommon character right there. Made of Meat, a weary bounty hunter. RPG Jin Exile, a forsaken cartographer's assistant who is well starred right there. So that is top 12% of all ability scores. Sable Phoenix, an earnest bandit with the blessing of the fairy still on there. William Clark has a well-starred grasping porter. So that's a pre-cleric. You know, porter can be somebody who carries stuff from place to place, but in this case, porter is one of the levels of cleric that we don't use anymore, but existed in the Middle Ages. The cleric who one of the lesser holy orders who is responsible for watching the door. So William Clark, gasping porter, gasping and wheezing. That's why you showed up here, I guess. But well starred. Maybe you're low on Constitution. In here, so pre-cleric. Okay, John, a destitute acolyte. Okay, Mushroom Pumpkin, a threadbare porter. Mrs. Dave has a tremulous cultist in there who is well starred. D.S. Nospinor has an orphaned blacksmith's apprentice. John F. has a stubborn bodyguard in here who is a rare character, only one in about 354 spawns. So we do have a rare character in here. Nequid, first time on here last night, has a parched poacher in here. And our Strange Meanderings. It's been a while since we've seen Strange Meanderings. A bludgeoning cartographer's assistant. So here we go. We got 47 seconds if anybody wants to put in a super chat to buff a character in here. We have 11 pre-class. Oh, so this is pretty much a level 0 cage right here. Level 0 cage. Total levels only 1. I went down to an average HP of 4. We had an average HP of 5 last time. Oh, the odds are in. Oh, Sable Phoenix, an earnest bandit, has only a 25% chance of survival. Made of Meat has a 74% chance of survival. RPG Jin Exile has a 77% chance of survival. It would be great to get our Strange Meanderings a blood drop. Mushroom Pumpkin, you've got a 70% chance of survival with your threadbare porter. Mrs. Dave, also 76% chance of survival with this cultist. So all except for... I thought I saw that the bandit... Oh, yeah, 39... Oh, I guess it came in 39% chance. Oh, I wonder if I could have the... Actually, in order to have something on there, we could actually see the chances of survival change as the more simulations are being run. Oh, Stray goes in for Sable and PH. Sable right there. PH is in here. Wait, I don't see PH Arbex in here. All right, I owe you a whole. I'll give the temporary hit point. Sable is saying don't put it on him, so I'm gonna. I don't see PH in here, so I owe you. Let me make note of this. Or I'll put boars in. Stray. +5 blessings. All right. Let's go. Let's play. 2 random blessings is fine. Okay, then let's put in Sable. How about William? It's his first time in here, so how about we put in William right here? 2 random blessings. You got 4 blessings left. We'll look for PH. Maybe PH and Boris can get in on the next round. So there you go. Sable and William. All right, let's play. Let's go to the bloodcage. Open the cage. Oh, this could be a walkover. I don't want to say that. I don't want to jinx it. But we've got 12 PCs to 12 monsters. And we've got 2 apes. We do have 2 apes. Okay. So front line is John F's Stubborn Bodyguard. Next line, next up, DS Nospanor's An Orphaned Blacksmith's Apprentice. Then Sable's An Earnest Bandit. Oh, we must be really short on fighter types this time. We must be really short on fighter types because the bandit, Sable Phoenix's bandit, is having to step up to the front line, as is Made of Meat's Weird Bounty Hunter. So we are short on fighter types here. It would be nice to be able to see that in the holding cell. Parched Poacher, second line, Nequid. Then Tomocrat, a penniless elf minstrel. Then a destitute acolyte, John. Then a threadbare porter, Mushroom right there. Then backline, gasping porter. Okay, so William, you are your porter is on the third line right there. Cartographer's assistant, RPG Gen Exile, third line. Blundering cartographer's assistant, third line. And then rounding out the third line, a tremulous cultist, Mrs. Dave. So lots of spellcasters in here and not a lot of fighter types. But it's only 12 to 12, but there are 2 apes in here. So anything can happen. Anything can happen in Zorn's dungeon. So let's see. But here we go. William is already saying, nice knowing you. Oh, that's not a lot of faith right there. Okay, Tremulous Cultist, that's Mrs. Dave, moves toward Goblin Runt number 1. Going to cast Poison Spray at the Goblin Runt. Rocked by 2 points of damage, a minor poison wound. Okay, Goblin number 1 is coming in to Mrs. Dave with the spear. Blow connects, but is soaked, only 1 point of damage and soaked by the temporary hit point. So there we go. Fairy's Blessing doing what it's supposed to be doing. DS Nospanor's Orphaned Blacksmith's Apprentice comes up. Oh, and he cuts the goblin down. 4 points of damage, drops the goblin to -1 hit point. Kobold Crawler number 3, looking for a target with a dart, sees John F., flings a dart. Deflected. The Stubborn Bodyguard deflects. Sparks fly. There is nothing going on with the kobold and his dart. Okay, Gasping Porter. Here's William coming in, looking at Goblin number 2. Wants to come up and get some in melee attacks. 3 points of bludgeoning damage with his mace. Goblin number 2 drops. Nice job. A Threadbare Porter. Okay, this is Mushroom Pumpkin now looking at Kobold Crawler number 3. Intercepted, goes Cave Imp number 2 instead, but a critical hit decides, okay, I'll just take out this Cave Imp, and take out this Cave Imp he does. Massive strike with the mace, splatters the Cave Imp. I wanted some Kobold, but I'll take down some Cave Imp instead. 12 PCs are up to only 8 monsters. The PCs are going here. Threadbare Porter, 1 point of, well, it's only stamina. Rolls with the hit right there. All right, Ernest Bandit. Now, Sable Phoenix coming in. Everybody wants some Kobold Crawler number 3, but it's going to come up to Slimeling instead. Attacking the Slimeling, 3 points of damage on the Slimeling, cuts open the Slimeling sack. Its ooze slides out all over the bloodcage floor. Cave Imp number 1, looking at Sable Phoenix now. Cave Imp sweeps a clawed strike. No wounds, no wounds. Sable Phoenix still has plenty of HP right there. A Penniless Elf Minstrel this is Tomocrat. We have lots of casters, so they can reach out and touch that white ape. There are a lot of short things in this blood cage. 5 points of damage, blasts the ape back there. Still, we still have 12 PCs. We have not lost a single PC yet. White ape number 1, now looks at Sable Phoenix, of course. Chucks a boulder across. 2 points of damage. Sable is still up. That was the temporary blessing. So thank you right there to Stray. 2 points of damage. Okay. Goblin Runt number 2 stabs at a threadbare porter. 2 points of damage. This is Mushroom Pumpkin down to 2 out of 4. I know, I just jinxed it. Okay. Weary Bounty Hunter now coming up to White Ape number 2. It's going to shoot. Okay. Got a bow. Shoots at White Ape. 4 points of damage. Got an arrow shaft sticking out of him now. Nice job, Made of Meat. 12 PCs up, 7 monsters. There's going to be an arrow storm here. Stubborn Bodyguard, John F., looking for a target, wants Kobold Crawler, but instead redirects over here to Cave Imp in his flank. Comes in on Cave Imp's flank. Cave Imp is hit for 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. The Cave Imp's legs buckle, and it is over. Zorn readies the archers. A volley is incoming. We knew that was going to happen. Kobold Crawler number 2 wants, some Stubborn Bodyguard. John F. throws. Deflected. Bodyguard. The dart glances off his shield. He is doing fine. A blundering cartographer looking for our strange meanderings. Our strange meanderings, his bloody cartographer, moving toward the white ape. He is shooting firebolt at the ape. Might take him down. Yeah, 4 points of damage. A moderate fire wound is able to drop that ape. The ape expires on the cold stone. Destitute Acolyte, also targeting White Apes. This is the advantage of the casters, I guess. Sacred Flame now at White Ape. 4 points of damage. Takes out White Ape from behind. Or reaches out and touches some White Ape. That was John. Nice job. Now the arrow storm comes in. 8 arrows. 8 arrows. 8 arrows. Here they come. This is an arrow storm. You're talking about an arrow drizzle last time. Here is the arrow storm. Tremulous Cultist takes 3 points of damage. Mrs. Dave's Cultist is hanging by 1 point. Penniless Elf Minstrel takes 5 points. Also hanging on there. Also hanging on by 1 point. John's Destitute Acolyte takes 5 points of damage. Also, 1 point of stamina. Or the blessing. So hanging on by 2. Parched Poacher takes 4. Neckwood, I'm sorry. But he is driven to the brink and he stays standing. He is reeling. He is reeling. He's not even unconscious. He is trying to stay alive. Mushroom Pumpkin takes 5 points of damage. I'm sorry, Mushroom Pumpkin. No, did it again. Driven to the brink and stays standing. You are reeling. I mean, you are hurt, but you are reeling. Not fallen down yet. Arrow finds its mark in RPG Gen Exile. Crumples. A Forsaken Cartographer's Assistant is gone. Sorry, RPG Gen Exile. John, what's going on here? Bites deep, 5 points of damage. Also up by 2, or still with 2. DS Nospinor takes 5 points of damage. DS Nospinor's Blacksmith's Apprentice. Oh my God. Also reeling, still standing, reeling from the blow. We need to get all the rules up to the Hacked Edge website. so that we know this, you can read up exactly what it means to be reeling and so forth. Like, oh, round 2. Lord, it's only round 2. The heroes are up 8 PCs to 4 monsters, and 3 of them are not even out but reeling. Kobold Crawler goes to, looking at Mushroom Pumpkin. Yeah, you were reeling, but you got thrown. You were reeling around. Oh, wow. And the Kobold Crawler decided to take you out with a dart. So, dropped right there. Gasping Porter weaves a spell around Sable Phoenix for 2 more temporary hit points to the Porter, or to the Bandit right there. And you thought he wasn't going to get out alive. Kobold Crawler number 2 now comes up. Deflected. John, deflected, races behind his shield and turns the blow. No wound, no stamina spent. Epic Defense 3. Kobold Crawler number 3 comes up to Sable Phoenix. Gonna throw again, yes. Throws 3 points of damage, 2 turned aside, 1 taken as injury. Oh, okay. 8 PCs, still 2. Okay, now it's Sable Phoenix's turn, coming into Kobold Crawler number 3, closes 3 points of damage, moderate bludgeoning wound, takes out Kobold Crawler number 3. Goblin Runt number 2. Oh, no. Goblin Runt. Oh, deflected. Oh, turned to John. Oh, I thought he went to Sable, but he went to John's stubborn bodyguard. Untouchable. 4 straight deflections right there. I thought he was going for Sable right there. Now, the Penniless Elf Minstrel, this is Tomocrat, looking at Kobold Crawler. Got a spell for him. Last Stand. Casting Fire Bolt, which you would think would be able to take out a Kobold. Only 1 point of damage. No, the Kobold Crawler is still up. Kobold Crawler is still up. Tremulous Cultist. Now, looking at Kobold Crawler number 1. Has she got a spell for this Kobold? Could be Poison Spray. Yep, casting Poison Spray. 2 points of damage, a minor poison wound. Kobold Crawler number 1 drops. Lets out a snarl and falls. Weary Bounty Hunter, made of meat, coming up. He's got a bow, doesn't he? Looking at Goblin Runt number 1. Goblin Runt is gored for 3 points of damage, a moderate piercing wound, falling with a final thud. Destitute Acolyte wants to take down Kobold Crawler number 2. We didn't even have a chance, I don't think, for a portcullis, unless it will come in at the end of this. Only 1 point of damage to Kobold Crawler number 2. Well, I guess this is how squishies can take down a blood cage. Or take down all the monsters in the blood cage. Stubborn Bodyguard coming in to Kobold Crawler number 2. John, critical hit, sickening precision. Hardly needed that, but showing how it's done. 8 points of damage to Kobold Crawler number 2. Kobold Crawler collapses dead. Victory. Whoa, that was, yes, Sable says that was domination. It absolutely was. That group absolutely dominated the blood cage. So I guess having a bunch of squishier types, not having the wall of meat on the front line didn't hurt anything here. Didn't hurt anything here. That was a clean sweep of the monsters. I mean, yeah, we swept all the monsters. There were 8 PCs left up, and 2 that are being hauled out unconscious. So 2 were lost. 2 were lost. Let's turn the winch and get a report here. Let's see what happens when the winch is turned and we bring these people up from the cage. So Mrs. Dave, Tremulous Cultist, alive. Who died? Let's look at that. Oh, RPG Gen Exile, a Forsaken Cartographer's Assistant. Oh, and Neckwood died. Okay, Neckwood. Oh, no, Neckwood is incapacitated. Who died? Oh, Mushroom Pumpkin. Oh, sorry, Mushroom Pumpkin. The Threadbare Porter died. But that was domination at the level. Let's see what the Goblin Medics can do. It's time for Zorn's Anatomy. I love that. A Destitute Acolyte. No effect. Penniless Elf Minstrel. We'll get a lot of level 1 characters out of this, because I don't think there were a lot of level 1 characters. I think this was a pretty level 0 heavy cage. Promotions. Mrs. Dave, level 1 magic user. There you go. Level 1 magic user. All of your wounds are washed away. You get your spells and health back. Let's see. William, there you go. Cleric, level 1. William has a level 1 cleric. A weary bounty hunter, made of meat, now has a level 1 ranger. Wounds washed away. John F., a stubborn bodyguard. He did some work in the cage tonight. Wounds are washed away. A blundering cartographer's assistant. Oh, we did get our strange meanderings back. We got, or out of the cage. Absolutely. We got our strange meanderings out of the cage. Level 1 right there. Earnest bandit, thief. All right, nice. Sable Phoenix, destitute acolyte, level 1 cleric, John. A penniless elf minstrel, Tomocrat, gets a level 1 elf. Lots of people. D.S. Nospinor, an orphan blacksmith's apprentice, fighter. 10, well, was it 10 promotions or 9 promotions? That's a lot. All right, let's sort and dismiss. I wasn't able to get the, I didn't have time to try to get the leaderboard set up that would let you know, hey, this person is on the leaderboard. That's still to be done. But that was very good. Let's see. Biggest hit, we're still up there. Most bruised. Yep. All right. We still need that. Yep, Tomocrat got an elf. Okay, we got one more tavern, or one more blood cage to go through tonight, right? One more blood cage. So let's see. We're in the tavern. 331 have died. We had 232 in the tavern. Can I do anything for anybody before we go? Sable just spawned an Ernst Band. Do you want boars in there? If you want boars in there, Stray, do you want boars in there? You've got enough to put boars in there and then buff him if you want. William has stuff in here. Let me see if we hear back from Stray. Might need to get some. Oh, I got some water over here. Otherwise, we will hold the blessings until Boars gets in. Oh, John, a fretful squire, is Starborn, top 2% of ability scores. So we have a Starborn character in there. Boars is a buff. That sounds like yes. I'm going to take that as a yes. So I'm going to put Boars in for your super chats. Let's VIP him, and then we will buff him. Okay, so Boars goes in. It seems like the intention that was going in. So Boars is going in. Anybody want to fight with Boars? All right, so he will be fully buffed. He will go in fully buffed. All right, well, let's go to the holding cell. Thank you very much, Drake. Oh, thank you. Let's draft the party. Let's see what happens. All right, so Boars is going in. 4 blood drops, going for 5 blood drops. He is number 2 in highest XP, number 2 in most kills, and then number 1 in best defense. William Clark has a guarded porter in there. Let's see. Tomocrat has a fugitive town watchman who has the fairy's blessing. So I guess we've got that really late last night. Or I was kind of late starting like here. Let's see. John is in for an indentured lector. Hey, you know, I just thought of something. I don't think that my bot is running to look at super chats. I bet that's why, because I haven't seen the super chats popping up. So I bet I could be having, which is why I'll look at it manually. But I could be having the I've expired all of my API credits problem or something like that. So Dave, right here. Let's look at Dave. Does Dave have a character in here? Dave, I do not see a character in here. Sable Phoenix has a jittery gnome apprentice illusionist, the tabletop scholar, a wandering temple initiate who is well-starred. Oh, that well-starred character is in here. Or one of the well-starred. Oh, no, well-starred, not star-born. Daniel has a ruined sexton. Dave, what do you want? What can I do for you? Trickshot Bro, a patchwork lector. Sandry has a soot-stained poacher. Malik has a hobbling merchant's guard. Mike has a flimsy dwarf miner, and Roll to Win has a lowborn mountebank. So, Stray, we got a fully buff Boars is going in. It's only 15 likes. We didn't even get to 20 likes tonight. That's okay. 15 likes is very respectable. But if we can get to 20, we will still hit the Fairy's Blessing because it will go for 24 hours. So we'll have the Fairy's Blessing when we start. Probably not tomorrow. I'm not planning on playing on Saturdays. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not planning on playing on Saturdays, but it's a 24-hour buff. Well, I mean, we can do what we got. All right. I'm going to check with Dave later. I'm going to make note of that. Dave. Dave. 499. I got you. All right. We'll check with you what I can do for you, Dave. Okay, let's go in. Let's go into the blood cage. Do we have anybody with terrible odds? I mean, we're looking pretty good again. We're looking pretty good. Daniel right here has a 94% chance of survival with his sexton. Sable Phoenix has a 78% chance of survival with the gnome apprentice illusionist. Okay, looking good, looking good. Oh, Sable Phoenix. Sable Phoenix is going in for the buffs. MRV2. Okay. Temporary right there. And then ZZ. D4. Yeah, nothing. So my bot must not be listening. My bot must not be listening. ZZD4. Oh, right there. And then 672R. Who is 6Z2R right there. That was 6. So then I'm going to buff you, Sable. 2, 4, 6, 8. There you go. So yeah, the buff. Yeah, the bot must not be listening. I just realized that I don't think I've even seen my bot say, "Hey, you've been drafted for the cage." So my bot must not be listening. Do 96K. Do 96KC. 96KC. Daniel. Okay, we'll give Daniel that, and I'll take that right there. How about that? So yeah, bot's not listening. Okay, so we'll check on that too. It might be the API usage credit issue that I'm just not respectable enough in Google's mind. I'm not respectable enough in Google's mind to have my website login made or my bot have enough API credits. Maybe I have something I have to pay for or something like that. Okay, but anyway, let's fight. Okay, we got it, people. Let's go to the blood cage. Last blood cage of the evening. Thank you very much, all. Thank you very much, all. Let's see if we can dominate again. Daniel, he'll be okay. Daniel, that'll be your first paladin if he survives. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's open the cage. Oh, making sure that Boars gets 5 blood badges. Yeah, if Boars makes it, Boars will be the only character with 5 blood badges. Oh, and it's only 12 to 12. Okay, it is only 12 to 12, but we have 2 white apes. We're a little bit more. We are much more fighter-centric this time. So the front line is a hobbling merchant's guard, Malik Schultz, on the front line. Then a ruined sexton, Daniel Donnart, right there. And then a fugitive town watchman by Tomocrat, front line. Then the wandering temple initiate is the tabletop scholar, front line. Wrapping around to the second row with fighter types. I say a fighter type, but this guy's a flimsy dwarf miner. Mike right here, back row. Then, okay, Boars. This is where, so Boars is on, not back row, middle row. Boars is in the middle row. Stray, middle row, right there. And then soot-stained poacher, Sandry, middle row. A lowborn mountebank, Roll to Win, middle row. Back row, third row, an indentured lector, medium, right there. Sable says a flimsy dwarf is still Dalty. Yes, he is. Everything is relative. Better than a flimsy halfling or a flimsy gnome. A jittery gnome apprentice illusionist, Sable, third row. A guarded porter, William Clark, you are third row right there. A patchwork lector, trickshot bro. Okay. 2 white apes. They didn't even get a chance to do anything last turn or last bloodcage. Let's go. Okay, Tomocrat's going to start this off looking at goblin number 3. 5 points of damage, starts off by hewing down a goblin. The goblin drops dead, blood pools beneath. Ratkin Mongrel, looking at Tomocrat, comes around, gnashes his teeth. 3 damage, 1 turned aside, 2 taken as injury. Boris is in command position. Yeah, he kind of is. White ape number 1 moves toward a fugitive town watchman. White ape strikes barehanded, racked for 3 points of damage. Oh. So, Tomocrat. Yes, okay. The white ape has definitely done something now. So the white ape came up. We now have 11 PCs to 11 monsters. Cave imp coming up toward the sexton. 1 stamina point, no wounds. So he's got 5 left. So stamina only taken away. Ruined sexton now goes. Oh, that's his turn. He turns around and wants some cave imp. What's going to happen? 3 points of damage. Cuts down the cave imp easily. Cave imp goes limp. He's finished. Wandering temple initiate comes in on white ape number 1. White ape is rocked by 2 points of damage, a minor piercing wound. Kobold Crawler number 2 comes up to a Wandering Temple Initiate, wants to hit him with the dart. Temple Initiate drives forward the blow to tries toward the blow to dampen it, takes it all on stamina, no injury right there. Very nice. Goblin number 2 coming into Tabletop Scholar. Setting upon a Wandering Temple Initiate, Tabletop Scholar takes 1 point of damage. Well, more points of damage, only 1 point of injury, only a 1-point wound. Nice job. Okay, Guarded Porter, William Clark, moves forward toward Ratkin Mongrel in the flank. Coming in on the goblin's flank, 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. A Jittery Gnome Apprentice. This is Sable coming up, wants a white ape. Can he get there? Looks like he's retargeting goblin number 2. Yes, with some poison spray. Gnome casts poison spray, coming in on the flank. There we go. Suffering 3 points of damage, a moderate poison wound. And the goblin drops. Nice job. Goblin number 4 coming into William Porter. William Clark, the Guarded Porter. 3 points of damage. Still has 2 of 3 health points remaining. Now, white ape number 2, looking at Tabletop Scholar, is going to throw or attack with its hands. White ape lashes out, 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Stray's internet was out when we were doing all the TPKs. That's why Stray wasn't here. So that was the internet god blessing Stray. Like, no, the internet's down. You can't jump in. Okay, Goblin when the TPAs were going on. Hobbling Merchant's Guard deflected right there. Very nice against the Goblin attack. Oh, did the double attack work that time? Was I looking at something else? Boars. Okay, Boars comes up. Critical blow. Goblin bleeds from a thrust of 10 points of damage. Boars comes through and shoves the short sword all the way through the goblin, drops him to -7 hit points. That's how Boars skewers a goblin. Gremlin now coming up to William Porter. Oh no, goes to Boars. Takes 1 temporary hit point. Oh, coming up, but then got retargeted to Boars coming up there. Boars doing what he's supposed to do, though. Hobbling Merchant's Guard, 2 points of damage to the goblin. Not enough, not enough. An Indentured Lector comes up to white ape number 1. or trying to get to white ape number 1. Is he looking? Oh, no, he decides to go to goblin number 1 instead. Coming in on his flank, that's enough. 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. The goblin lets out a final snarl and falls. Flimsy Dwarf Miner. Okay, here comes the Flimsy Dwarf Miner of Mike Hansford. Looking at the gremlin. Oh, 7 points of damage to the gremlin, a tremendous piercing wound. Gremlin expires on the stone. Do we have no spellcasters this time? We have some pre-clerics in there. Zorn readies the archers. A volley may be coming. We might have no spellcasters. I think you're right. Well, we have half-casters. We have the pre-clerics. Trickshot Bro, the lector, but we don't have any wizards this time. 3 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. Drops Ratkin Mongrel. The Ratkin Mongrel's body is limp on the cold stone floor. Kobold Crawler number 1 comes into Mike. Throws. A Flimsy Dwarf Miner suffers 1 point of damage. Slimeling coming in on Trickshot Bro. Yeah, there is a gnome. Yeah, the gnome casts. Oh, a Trickshot Bro is not dead. Not dead. Arrow Storm. Zorn looses the volley. 5 arrows. We have to take 5 arrows. Let's see what happens. Stray. Oh, going for boars. 4 points of damage, 1 turned aside, 3 taken as injury. Boars has 4 of 7 hit points left. William takes 2 points of damage. Oh, William, but the guarded porter is driven to the brink and stays standing. Okay, he's still up. You're still up, William. Okay, for now, you might get targeted. Malik, 4 points of damage, 2 of 6. Lowborn Mountebank takes 2 points of damage. The Wandering Temple Initiate takes crumples. Oh, he's down. Tabletop Scholar drops. The Tabletop Scholar's Wandering Temple Initiate has dropped. Soot-stained Poacher, Sandry, looking at White Ape, going to shoot. 3 points of damage to the ape, a moderate piercing wound. 8 PCs to 5 monsters, 8 to 5. Lowborn Mountebank comes in on White Ape. Does he have a ranged weapon? No, he does not. He's coming up with close ranged weapons. 2 points piercing damage, a minor piercing wound to the White Ape. Round 2. White Ape. No. Lowborn Mountebank also coming on White Ape Network on White Ape number 2. 1 point of damage. Doing what they can there. Kobold Crawler targets the guarded porter. Okay, William. Oh, I told you. These kobolds, they like to shoot the staggered people. Or the reeling people. So he shot the reeling person. Like, wait, that guy over there, that's an easy target. So the kobold threw in and he was taken out by a dart. I am sorry about that, William. Sexton weaves Virtue around the miner, gives him 2 temporary hit points. White Ape number 1, looking at the Lowborn Mountebank, drives his fist, 4 points of damage, a moderate bludgeoning wound. Oh, he loses consciousness but still clings stubbornly to life. The White Ape is getting out of here. The White Ape is injured and getting out of here. Boars want some Slimeling. Slimeling comes down. 6 points of damage. Slices open the Slimeling sack. The Slimeling drops. Okay, so what just came in? Zorn did open the portcullis. Goblins. Oh, yes, and now they've already opened. 1 Ratkin Gore Strider with a Ratkin Gore child. So it's just 2 right here. It's just 2 Ratkin Gore Strider tearing at the hobbled merchant's guard, but the shield deflects the blow. The guard holds 1 of 2 durability remaining. Oh, but now it looks like the Gore Child also wants Malik over here, clawing at him. Oh, a brutal critical. A hobbling Merchant's Guard takes a slash of 9 points of damage. What the Gore Strider couldn't do, the Ratkin Gore Child certainly did. Tore open his throat with those nasty teeth right there, and drops him. Jittery Gnome Apprentice. What Sable thinks like, I don't want any of that, but does come down to look at, is this going to be the Kobold? Yes, wants some Kobold, stabbing at the Kobold for 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound. Six PCs to 5 monsters. Flimsy Dwarf Miner is like, what's going on with this Gore Child right here? Do dwarves do? Only 1 point of damage to the Gore Child. That's not enough from a dwarf. Uncharacteristic low dwarf attack. White Ape 2 picks up a boulder, flings it at Sable Phoenix, but all absorbed by temporary hit points. Okay, so he's getting through. There are 2 PCs on the floor, so we have 8. If we leave now, we will have 8 out. 6 PCs up, 2 on the floor. John coming in to White Ape, 2 points of damage, a minor bludgeoning wound that lands with weight. Kobold Crawler number 1. Oh, throwing it at Boars. He's going to throw at Boars. Coming in on Boars' flank, 2. Whoa, 1 point of damage. Boars takes 1 point of damage from the Kobold's dart. We're at round 2 right here. Kobold kind of advances right there. Sandry says, I want some Gore Child. Throwing or shooting at the Poacher. Yes, the Poacher has a bow. Shoots at Ratkin Gore Child. 3 points of damage. Ratkin Gore Child is 1. Oh, and the Poacher backs up. Okay, doing what the Poacher does with his bow. Round 3. Round 3. Ratkin Gore Child looks at Flimsy Dwarf Miner. 5 points of damage, 2 turned aside, 3 taken as injury. The Flimsy Dwarf Miner is down to 1. Okay, White Ape looking at Boars. White Ape looking at Boars. Throws a rock. Deflected! Deflected! Oh, how about that? Oh no, Ratkin Gore Strider now coming at Boars. Oh, shield up, splinters, no wound. Okay, Stray is fighting for this. Ruined Sexton now comes up to Gore Child. We've got some drama right here. 2 points of damage, drops Ratkin Gore Child. That's Daniel's Ruined Sexton. Whew. Now it's Boar's turn. Where's Boars going? Boars is going against Gore Strider. Opened up for 10 points of damage. Boars turns around and lays open the Gore Strider, drops it in 1 hit. Fell-handed, 3 kills in a row, a 10-point grievous slashing wound. The entrails, the Gore Strider are everywhere. Oh no, but Kobold Crawler is now coming in, attacking Boars. Only 1 point of damage, a minor piercing wound. Whoa. Okay, Sandry's Poacher looking at White Ape, shooting into White Ape. Only 1 point of damage, a minor piercing wound. Still 6 PCs up. 6 PCs up. Sable Phoenix fires at White Ape number 2, the underdog, casting a poison spray, which can be cast in melee now, into the White Ape. 4 points of damage, a moderate poison wound. You have poisoned the White Ape to death. The White Ape number 2 is dropped. Fell-handed. Nice job. Fell-handed. 3 kills in a row, Sable. 6 PCs still up. The gnome's like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. The Indentured Lector says, okay, White Ape number 2, this one's mine. Coming up. Can he do it? Probably. 2 points of damage. That is just enough. Drops White Ape. Death claims the White Ape. We got 1 kobold up, feeling lonely. A lonely kobold. Oh, and the dwarf is like, hey, wait a minute. I think I need some kobold. Let's get there. Into the Kobold Crawler's flank. 2 points of damage, a minor piercing wound. The kobold crawler collapses dead. Did it? Wow. Whoa. Very nicely done. 6 souls walk out alive. 2 are hauled out unconscious. And that means we have a 5th blood drop for the first time. The crowd roars for the living. Let's go to the winch room. Let's see. Let's turn the winch. Let's bring him up. That was incredible. Sable says that was incredible. That was a great fight. So Stray continues to dominate right here. So who actually died? William, I'm sorry, your porter died. Tabletop Scholars, the Wandering Temple Initiate. And then, Tomocrat died as well. Okay. Oh, no, and Malik died. Okay. So there were deaths. Yeah, there were deaths. Let's deploy the Goblin Medics. Daniel says, and I got my first Paladin. Time to up those numbers. Boars is down to 2 points. Goblin Medics. A flimsy dwarf miner. Roll to win. No effect. All right, let's go to the promotions. Let's see what happens. Okay, Sandry, you get a thief. The poacher becomes a thief. Nice job. Flimsy dwarf miner. Dwarf, level 1. Mike, level 1 dwarf. A patchwork lector. Okay, trickshot bro. Cleric. We haven't seen trickshot bro in a while. Roll to win. Thief. Daniel, Sexton, there you go. Paladin, right there. Yeah, Stray now has 5 blood drops. Boris has 5. An indentured lector, cleric. A jittery gnome apprentice, Sable, gets a gnome. All right, let's sort and dismiss. Yeah, he was. Sable says, Boris was a freaking rock during that fight, blocking and soaking his hits left and right, gutting a Gore Strider in 1 hit. Boris was amazing right there. So in the infirmary, so Boris is in the infirmary, but only for 2 days. So he was injured. He's in the infirmary for 2 days. Stray, yeah, so Stray, Boars and Bronzebottom will be able to get out in a couple of days. So they were hurt, but they weren't hurt badly. But look at that. 5 blood drops lined up on Boars. Boars has 5 blood drops. He is number 2 in highest XP. He is number 1 in best defense. He is number 1 in most damage dealt, which I'm sure just skyrocketed with the drop kill, and also is number 1 the Gore Child, Gore Strider kill, and then most kills number 1. So the stable, let's go over here. The leaderboard. That was awesome. Yeah, we hadn't seen you, Stray, and then you come back and you just dominate. So Boars has the most kills with 12. So Boris has now taken most total kills. Well, before we end tonight, let's look at the leaderboards so we know where we end for the night. So Boris has taken that. The Chosen One, we got to get him back in action to get him up. But he's number 3 right now. Ariste had 10, but he has fallen. Murdalf at 7. And Bronzebottom, look, Stray has 2 in the top 5. Bronzebottom has 7 kills. We saw him fight tonight, and Boars. And then, let's see, Boss Slayer. Anybody change that? Okay, so the most bosses that anybody has killed, I mean, I'm calling them bosses, but I mean, big monsters anybody's killed is still 2. Nobody has gone into a blood cage and has dropped more than 3 major monsters. Stray has, Boars has slain 2. So that has taken 2 right there. Stray gets to go to the winch room, the other winch room. Damage dealer. So there you go. Boars has dealt 62 points of damage in so far in his career. 62 points of damage. That has surpassed Ariste, who had dealt 61. Bronzebottom has done 58. Look at that. Stray has 2 characters in the top 3 on this. Tabletop Scholar 55. Hearkening the Unassuming 43. That's Daniel. SF 41. Most bruised. Anybody? No, nobody's taken that from Phelan yet. Biggest hit. Still Trin. I mean, that was incredible. Trin, I looked that up last night, and Trin hit this kobold crawler with a mace and just annihilated it. Critical hit and everything. So Daniel has done 18 points of damage to with a spear. How do you run a kobold crawler through with a spear for 18 points of damage? But Daniel did it. SF 16. Let's see, most XP. I might end up adjusting some of the XP because I noticed that early on in this I was giving out too much XP. But Boars is now at number 2 with our XP. The other top 3 are dead. Murdalf is number 4. That's John's character, who is a 3 blood drop character. Wealthiest, we haven't been giving out money yet. There you go. Most blood drops right there. Boars, 5 blood drops. Ariste 4. That's the only one with 4? Ariste had 4? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so, because Boars and Ariste had 4. Boars is overtaken with 5. Bronzebottom has 3. Once again, Stray is in the top 3. 2 of the top 3. And then we got several that have dropped after 3. Y3T, Nameless Mercenary, has 3. Renee, Sable Phoenix right there. Tabletop Scholar, The Chosen One. Murdolph, John has 3. All right. Lots of people with 2. Everybody in the top 25 has 2. So there are at least 25 characters who have 2 or more. Okay, best defense, that's Boars. Boars has had 17 perfect defenses and has a streak of 4 going for him. I am sorry, PH lost Alden last night. All right, but anyway, stand by. I'm really happy overall with the way that ran. I mean, how are you feeling? I really enjoyed playing with tonight. I think these were some great blood cages, and I don't feel like we had as many issues that as we've been testing here. And this came up. I feel like that ran very well. Now there's other things that I got to fix, and I'm still going through here. I'm going to re-listen to this, and I'm going to watch it more closely. Right now, as soon as I get off stream, and I still have to finish watching last night's episode 2. So there are some things that I'm going to do. If you see something, or in the comment section, the best way to put that is in the comment section on YouTube and on the video, or on the post where I put the change log. I've been posting the change log on the posts. So if you want to read that, you can do there and leave comments or whatever. But then there are a few things that I want to add. If I can finish all of the corrections, then there are things I want to add. And we are going to, move forward. I've got a way to get some helmets and some shields back to some people who have been through blood cages. Wasn't ready for tonight, but stand by on that. I'm going to adjust the thumbnail on this one to celebrate Boars and Bronzebottom because they came back. So I'm going to work on that. And we're going to get you another amazing character, PH. PH says, Alden's sacrifice showed better ways for the balance of the game, and I'm very content. We're going to get you another amazing character. There's much more fighting to be done. Okay, if you want to bang if you want to bang S all, bang S space all. If you want your characters out of the stable, out of the tavern to move to the table, the stable, hit bang S all in just the next few seconds, and you can do that. Okay, I guess that's it. I am not planning on playing on Saturdays. And I would like to play on Sundays, but I may, eventually getting back into it. I'm not sure if I will play this Sunday or not. Just stand by, because I may use tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, and all day Monday in order to do changes and then be back at it Monday night. I'm not sure if I will play Sunday or not, but I will not be playing Saturday. Thank you all so much. Thank you very, very much. I am so glad that you were here. Thank you very much for playing with me tonight. I will see everybody later. Please go forth, be creative, be constructive, and have a wonderful evening.